Yo, they tried to silence me. I don't know what happened with the last stream. Fuck that stream. Watch this stream. Let's talk about it. Hit the like button so we can get the likes back. YouTube fucking up. We gonna talk about some Bomb Squad. We gonna talk about this heavyweight shit. Ego Army in the building. We working the late night shift. I just got back to my hotel. Easy work. KO of the year. Bomb Squad. Listen. I told you motherfuckers. I told y'all. See, when I say something, listen. When I say something, y'all say, "Oh, you're just a fanboy. You're a fanboy or something." I don't never fanboy no fighter. But I told y'all Wilder's power is legit, and I don't want to, like Roy Jones said, I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing about Stiverne being on the 2-year layoff, because Stiverne is a big motherfucker, because I've interviewed him. He's a big dude. And not anybody, I don't give a fuck about 2-year layoffs. Stiverne was talking greasy. Stiverne was like, yo, I'm ready to kill this motherfucker. That's some Mike Tyson shit. That's, in fact, exactly what Mike Tyson say. He's like, why do you have to talk like that, Mike? He was like, I don't know. I don't know nothing about numbers. I just know what I can do. Let's kill this motherfucker. That's exactly what Mike Tyson said. And that's how Stiverne was talking. So, to me, this is Charlo Lubin. It's a similar situation. And, I mean, no disrespect to Stiverne. He's always been good to me, always cool, made time for the interview. But it's the fight game. It's brutal like that. And if you talking about killing motherfuckers and, you know what I mean, I'll walk away with a smile, and you know that man got that much power, then you got to be used to it. So, I'm not trying to hear no excuses. Listen, I'm not hearing 2 years off. That, I mean, because realistically, another reason why I'm not dealing with the excuses is because it's always something. You could always make an excuse after, and I'm not talking about Stiverne because he wasn't even at the post fight, so he didn't say shit. I'm talking about the fans' excuses. Anybody can make an excuses after the fact, you feel me? And I'm not trying to hear no 2-year or Stiverne was overrated. Listen, because Stiverne, nobody else did that to him. He's never been stopped. Even if you look at the stoppage he does have on his record. See, I know my boxing. Y'all don't know your boxing. Some of y'all don't know boxing. He lost to Demetrius King, and the stoppage was some real life bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was a weak-ass stoppage. Like, he was in the fight, and they stopped it anyway. And Demetrius King, where's he been since that? And again, nobody did what Wilder just did to Stiverne. Stiverne got a fucking chin. He showed you that in the first fight. I told you I was picking Wilder, but I didn't know he was gonna. It would be like Charlo and Lubin shit in one round. Because Stiverne's pretty slick. Like I said, he's big. And the way he was talking. See, listen. This reminds me of the Charlo Lubin fight. This reminds me of that's exactly what it reminds me of. Because even though I picked Charlo, like I told y'all, I was picking Charlo in that fight, and I was picking Wilder to win this fight. And by stoppage, the way the person was talking made me want to watch it for curiosity's sake. Hold on. I'm like, goddamn, Lubin sound real confident. Goddamn, Bermane Stiverne sound real confident. Listen, I talked to Wilder. Go check my story. Some of it is on my Instagram story if you follow me on Instagram. I just talked to him before I came back to my hotel. He's cool as fuck, man. And I'm gonna break this shit down for the real lovers of the sweet science. Yo, we got almost 200 people watching the stream, and we don't have 100 likes. Eagle Army, we gotta step it up. It's late as fuck here. And it's daylight savings time. I don't even know what fucking time is. But I'm making the time, y'all make the time. Hit the like button. Listen, I'm gonna give you a few indications from my point of view why I believe Wilder is the hardest hitting heavyweight. Now, there's other guys, like even Shannon Briggs has a lot of power, Anthony Joshua, but to me, how I know Wilder has power is because one, people always bring up he has skinny legs. You know what I'm saying? And legs, like, oh, legs generate power. And he's still generating power with smaller legs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? His calf is not as big as you want it to be. Two, that's just some stupid casual talk. But another reason I know he has power is because Stiverne has never been knocked out beyond that. He hurt Stiverne like he was like punching through the guard. When you're in a defensive posture and you got your glove up, that kind of absorbs some of the impact. But Wilder has such a weird, like, long wingspan and trajectory. He punched through the guard, and Stiverne was still real life fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know someone has power. Because imagine if all this shit was landing flush from the jump. You know what I mean? Like, with no guard to protect it. You know what I mean? He just got hurt and then he dropped his guard and got hit with a... You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what happened in the third knockdown. Umar, you sound stupid as fuck. Stiverne threw 4 punches and landed 0. Shaking my head. He fought worse than a journeyman. Tell you what, I just talked to Wilder. I'll try to set it up. You fucking fight Wilder at 6'7", and you try to fight him. Like, first of all, Stiverne he's a big dude. Like, if you look at his knuckles and stuff, he's a big dude, but he's at a height deficit. He's like 6'3", 6'3 and a half probably, right? Because I'm taller than Stiverne. You know what I mean? He might even be 6'2", to be honest. But anyway, I'm taller than Stiverne. And the thing is, Wilder came out and one thing that impressed me about Wilder is both times he fought Stiverne, he fought, he didn't fight, when he fought Spilka and when he fought Gerald Washington, I think he was playing around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wilder was losing. Well, I'm not going to say he was losing both. I thought he was losing to Gerald Washington, and then he just turned it around. But Spilka fight was close, but he wasn't as serious. But when he fought Stiverne like educate. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't playing around. He was throwing some hard shit from the opening gate with bad intention. He was jabbing. He was jabbing. I told y'all Wilder has a good jab. See, he just doesn't always use it, but he does have a good jab. And anytime you're that tall, that's what it is. Good jab, athletic, good hand speed, good speed, overall foot speed. I'm telling you, that's a problem for Joshua. I really believe that, and I fuck with Joshua, but I'm just telling you my opinion. I mean, even though I picked Wilder to win, I thought Stiverne could pose some problems. Nothing to lose. He was like, he got an attorney. He didn't even want to be paid step-aside money to make the Luis King Kong Ortiz fight, right? He was still pushing for that. So to me, that's pure confidence. And he said it himself. Like, listen, this is why I don't do excuses, because Stiverne said it himself. He said at the press conference, he said, "Oh, you keep saying I've been off for 2 years. I've been off for 2 years. That's to your advantage. And I'm gonna knock your head off. I'm gonna knock you out." So I mean, that excuse is out the window. The 2 years he chose to and wanted to fight Wilder and thought he would beat him. So we're not doing excuses, because realistically, what's the difference between Joshua struggling a little bit with Carlos Takam and he was a late replacement? I mean, yeah, Eddie Hearn said he was on standby or some shit, but it's different. Being on standby versus knowing you had a fight and having a proper camp is two totally different things. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, I don't see too much different. You know what I mean? In fact, I thought Stiverne, per Wilder style, was more of a threat than Carlos Takam was to Joshua. Takam has legit been stopped by Alexander Povetkin, right? There's a legit stoppage. Joseph Parker, you know what I'm saying, he gave him prom, but or whatever, he lost that fight. So he's never really won, you know what I'm saying? And he's short. He's like 6'1 and a half. He's just diesel. Yo, I didn't think, like I said, I thought Stiverne, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking 5 to 7, maybe somewhere in there. Because I thought Stiverne, I told you, he's like slick. Oh, back to Wilder's power, man. This is this is how I know Wilder has power too. Other than him punching through the guard type shit. This motherfucker Wilder, I even asked him this. Well, you'll see it when the post fight, when I upload it, the post fight. I asked him this. I said, was that the game plan to come in light? Because Wilder, he only weighed 220, and I mean that's like, I weigh more than Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And 220 is not that much in comparison to the more like heavier guys. Joshua weighed a career high of 253 or 4 or whatever, and he was even weighing 250 versus Klitschko. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury, he's up there too because he's 6'9", right? All these dudes is not like Mike Tyson was like that. Mike Tyson would be in like the 218s, 222, but Wilder, that's a lean for a guy. That's like I said, man, listen, y'all just need to listen to the channel, because I say the same shit before the fight, after. Like I said, listen to what people say then and now. And I said this in the video, go listen to it. I said Wilder, he's kind of built like a LeBron or something, like just real lean. You know what I'm saying? He's muscular, you can tell he works out, but in comparison to these other super heavyweights that are 6'6" and 6'7", 6'9", he's not weighing that much comparison to them. Meanwhile, Bermane Stiverne weighed 254 or whatever, and Wilder just like decimated him in the first round. So that's how I know you have power. If you could be at a 30-pound weight advantage or whatever, or disadvantage, 34, whatever the fuck it is, and you still stretching somebody like that, you got power. Because when I see, like, what's an example? I don't know. Like Amir Khan, he never even hurt Canelo, because Canelo was so big. You know what I'm saying? Like, Canelo rehydrates to 180 or whatever the fuck he rehydrated. Khan was outboxing Canelo, yes, but he never hurt Canelo. You know what I'm saying? If Khan had Wilder power, then Khan would have been able to hurt Canelo with all those shots that he was landing on Canelo. You guys get me? That's how you, those are little things you can you could tell. And see, Wilder said it. He said it himself. I'd rather be the part than look the part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a bodybuilding contest. Like, it's like Tim Bradley. You know what I'm saying? Tim Bradley is one of the most ripped looking welterweights. Like, god damn, this dude looks like he about to do a little junior Olympia contest or something. But he ain't hitting that hard. Meanwhile, Pacquiao, in his later years, his body started looking skinny, but he still had more thump. You know what I'm saying? So, Maidana, Brandon Rios, them dudes don't even look like athletic at all. You know what I'm saying? They look like John Molina, all them dudes. They look like dad bodies, but they can crack. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Wilder's absolutely right. You don't gotta bulk up and actually, peep this. Joshua, in my opinion, can learn from Wilder in that regard. I don't know if Joshua's doing it for because the girls like it, you know what I'm saying, making them like, you know, GQ magazines, or just for the feel of it. Because I know there's been times where I got pretty big and gotten real big shape. You kind of feel powerful. You feel good. You feel powerful. So I don't know if it's like just it's aesthetically pleasing to you, so you feel powerful. But he can take a cue or a page out of Wilder's book, because to me, Joshua, when he was like 12-0, 13-0, I've been watching Joshua. You know what I'm saying? He looked faster. Now he looks a little bit more stationary. Comes to your front door, he's still hitting hard, but Joshua looks more sluggish than he did. He looked a lot more explosive. Like when I would see him punch, I'm like, damn, he's punching hella. Because he was even doing those things like where you get the resistance, little cables, and he was like doing all that, like in training. So I think Joshua's getting too top heavy. I really do. He just looks stiffer and looks heavier. And unless you're Pacquiao, who's like the only person Y'all asking stupid question. Ego, is Wilder the best boxer in the world? Whoever said that? No, he's not the best boxer. Like if you're talking about pure boxers, but who cares? Can he lay you the fuck out? Yes. So what do you mean is he the best boxer? I never said he was the best boxer. You know what I mean? But who gives a shit? If you winning, you 39-0 or whatever the fuck he's at now. Who cares if you're the best boxer? You know what I mean? I'm telling you, that Wilder power is like retarded. More haters. True. Stiverne was fat and 2 years inactive. Come on, guys. Should I put him in the hot seat? I'm about to burn somebody in the hot seat. Should I put him in the hot seat? Y'all let me know. Hot seat him? Okay. Because I hate when y'all just be coming on hating and shit. So, what's your name? True. It's Truth spelled with the V, 1S. Stiverne was fat and 2 years inactive. Come on, guys. Okay. So, explain how we should give Wilder no credit for this win. And you're on a time limit. He's right. Well, he's about to get bodied too, and you can be next too. Keep talking. I'll body all of y'all. He gets credit, but facts are facts. No, they're not fact. If Stiverne, first of all, Stiverne's never been like model impressive with his physique. I've never seen Stiverne. I'm like, God damn, he's in shit. Like he's Diesel. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I've never seen Stiverne and be like that. Second of all, if we're talking about weight, if a guy has a 34-pound functional advantage at fucking heavyweight, knows how to box, has a chin, right? Then that could also serve as your advantage. You, my friend, are making excuses talking about he's fat. He looked fat in the first fight. He just didn't weigh in as much. He didn't look like he was in like Diesel six-pack shape in that fight. And he still went the distance. So one, you're making excuses. And you said he was 2 years. Who cares? He was talking. He said he was ready. He was a mandatory. And see, let me clear. See, this is what I hate about boxing. And this is why I got to ether y'all. And this is why the hot seat was created. Because a lot of people have all these misconceptions like, this is blasphemy how Stiverne's even ranked with the WBC. This is an outrage. It's actually not an outrage. You know why? Because Stiverne got this ranking through another man's fuck up. Two other men's fuck up. Alexander Povetkin was the #1 seed. He was that guy. But guess what? He failed a drug test. And then they couldn't prove when he ingested the drug that was recently banned. So they said, you know what? We'll put up a little obstacle. We'll have a final eliminator between Alexander Povetkin and Bermane Stiverne in Russia. Where you get, you know what I'm saying, you're #1, so you get more money, right? Stiverne traveled to Russia to take the fight, and then after the weigh-in, it was declared that Povetkin failed another drug test for a second drug. So by default, Stiverne took his spot because Povetkin failing drug test, he got dropped from the rankings. So that's kind of how the cookie crumbles. Then you had Luis fucking King Kong Ortiz, who was in attendance, and he was ranked highly within multiple sanctioning bodies, the WBA, the WBC, and he fails a drug test. Whether you want to say, and it makes it look bad because he's already failed one 3 years ago. So he lost his fight and lost his spot. So once again, Bermane Stiverne gets elevated because he was the next. What don't you guys understand? It's really not complex at all. It's just like, do you guys understand if the president gets shot and killed, assassinated, JFK, who the fuck takes over? The vice president. It's a triage. It's a chain of command. If the president gets assassinated like JFK did, then the vice president actually steps up in their seat. And if the vice president gets sniped, then they go through the next channel. That's exactly what happened. So it's not so outrageous like you try to make it. Oh, how's a guy who's off for 2 years? It's easy when motherfuckers is failing drug tests. Period. Come get this ether. Y'all can't fuck with me. And then here, listen. And And a lot of you motherfuckers is talking about, oh, Stiverne's. Listen to me. A lot of y'all motherfuckers talking about, oh, Stiverne was off a 2-year layoff and fat. Then what the fuck is Tyson Fury? He ain't fought since November 2015, which was right around the same time Stiverne last fought, and he's even fatter. And y'all talking about, oh yeah, I want to see Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is fatter than Stiverne. He told you that. Stiverne weighed 254. Tyson Fury says, I weigh 1,000 stone right now. I got to lose some weight. So what are y'all even talking about? Oh, Stiverne was inactive. He was inactive and fat. So if he was inactive and fat, then what is Tyson Fury? And y'all talking about, oh yeah, AJ should fight Tyson Fury, and Eddie Hearn and all y'all like, oh yeah, that's the biggest UK fight. But the Stiverne is all bad. I mean, why? Because Tyson Fury's undefeated, but he also had personal demons that were public that we all know. We don't know what he's gonna look like now. You know what I mean? Because he's more of a talker than Stiverne. I mean, it's the same thing. And Stiverne has more power than Tyson Fury. Sam, $2 super chat, Shmoney Dance. Like Wilder fight, but opinion on the GSP. First of all, the UFC card, crazy. TJ Dillashaw beat Cody Garbrandt to become a champion. I think he called out Mighty Mouse. Then the Joanna bitch, well, I guess I shouldn't say. Joanna chick gets slapped in one round, and she was talking big shit. She was talking cash shit to Rose or whatever. And then fucking GSP comes off a 4-year inactivity. See, and that's another thing. I mean, I know UFC's a bit different from boxing, but y'all keep talking about Stiverne was on a 2-year layoff. Fucking GSP was on a longer layoff, and he was out of shape, and he came back, got in shape, teamed up with Freddie Roach and whoever else, and guess what? He got the victory over a guy who's had good wins. Luke Rockhold, Anderson Silva, Bisping's confident. So GSP did his damn thing. MMA taking over. Shut the fuck up. How's MMA taking over when UFC 217 was like their best card in quite some time? You sound stupid. Their whole 2016 is sounding suspect. Every fucking person that they built up is getting destroyed. Michael Bisping just lost, right? Joanna, they were building her up like, oh, she's great, and then she just got knocked out. Conor McGregor got his ass knocked out in boxing. Like, what are you talking about? UFC's taking over. Cody Garbrandt just lost. I like Cody though, but that's fucked up. But you know what I'm saying? UFC champions be changing like the seasons and shit. Talking about it's taking over. Yeah, I like Cody Garbrandt. I didn't get to watch the fight. I just heard about it. His fight. Listen, see, y'all, if y'all got questions, ask them. But y'all just be running off. King O'Sale says, how the fuck is Brazil Molina fighting Eliminator when they're ranked 7 and 11 with the WBC? Listen, you guys, like I said, if you have questions, you have to ask them instead of acting like everything's so outrageous. Bottom line is Luis Ortiz and Wilder was the main event. Stiverne was even getting paid step-aside money to fight on the undercard of Luis Ortiz versus Wilder. Fact. Right? And the WBC had Stiverne, who is ranked number 1. He was supposed to fight Dominic Brazil on this card. And Luis Ortiz Wilder was the main event that we all wanted to see. And guess what? Luis Ortiz, through the VADA Clean Boxing Program, he failed. For whatever reason, he failed. So Brazil got promised that he was fighting Bermane Stiverne in an eliminator. He thought he was fighting an eliminator through no fault of Brazil's, through no fault of Wilder's, through no fault of Bermane Stiverne. Those fights were switched around because Luis Ortiz failed. So from what I understand, the WBC made that Molina Brazil an eliminator, right? It's really not that hard to understand. You know what I mean? Berto versus Porter was an eliminator. And I don't think Berto, I mean, he had recently lost to Mayweather. So how is that the number 1 and 2 person? So realistically, it's not that shocking. And yeah, I did forget about the hot seat. Where is he at? What is the last thing he said? Hold on, let me finish this hot seat. Cause I'm so geeked up talking boxing. Oh man, okay, let's just vote and block him. He said, "Here's a good question: who has a better resume, AJ or Wilder?" You're all over the place. Let's just vote. Do y'all want him in the hot seat? I mean, do y'all want him in the chat anymore? He ain't talking about shit, to be honest. And I already proved his Stiverne is fat. Just let's get him the fuck up out of here. Do I have any admins in the building? Get him the fuck up out of here. Truth with the V, get out. Because you ain't talking about shit. Do I have any moderators in here? Yo, Stiverne was... Because, listen. Hey, CSM, can you please block Truth with the V, dude? Thank you. Please get him out of here. The people have voted. Get him the fuck out of here. Anyway, back to the real boxing fan. Listen. Why would you, like, I can already tell, and like, I'm not trying to stereotype or whatever, but you're probably a Joshua fan or a UK fan or some shit where you have some allegiance to, because you're all, like, his argument's all over the place. First, Stiverne was 2 years inactive and he was fat. And then you said, who has a better resume, AJ or Wilder? And to be honest, listen, this might shock some of y'all. AJ's resume is not shitting on Wilder's to me. Y'all can make it like Wilder just fights bums, but it's really not. His resume is not shitting on him. It's not, because the best name on Joshua, let's get it. Let's get it. The best name on Joshua's resume that we can all agree on is Vladimir Klitschko. And you know what? Joshua fought Klitschko off of a loss. And I think there was a little, since y'all love inactivity, there was some inactivity when he lost to Tyson Fury to the time he fought at the Wembley. Klitschko is clearly the best name. Other thing is, Klitschko's been stopped before. Klitschko is a very good fighter. He's a Hall of Famer. He can fuck you up. But he was coming off a layoff. He was coming off a loss where he lost all of his belts to Tyson Fury. For the first time in 9 years, he lost. And he looked like shit in that Tyson Fury fight. He looked shitty. Tyson Fury was herky-jerky, and you let the big man outwork you. And it wasn't until like the last 3 rounds maybe where Klitschko showed some signs of like wanting to not lose for the first time in nearly a decade. That's how I seen the fight. And I never watched it again because it was not worthy of me watching it again. Right? So realistically, if we're really talking about it, see, this is the thing about new media, Boxingego, as a staff, as a record label, and as a motherfucking crew. Well, when I'm talking boxing, I'm talking facts. See, y'all motherfuckers want to bring up Floyd when he fight. Why is he fighting Maidana, another slow, flat-footed Hispanic Latino fighter? Why is he fighting Berto? Right? You guys want to bring up all these facts and stuff, but you're not bringing it up consistently, because the fact is just what I said. Klitschko was coming off of a loss where he lost all of, who knows where his confidence was. You know what I'm saying? And he lost all his belts. He was on a layoff. He looked like shit in the Fury fight. And he's 41 years old. So realistically, that's literally the best name on Joshua's resume. Literally. Name a better name than Klitschko. That's the best name on his resume. A 41-year-old coming off a layoff and a loss. See, when Stiverne was on a layoff, y'all were talking about. And I'm not saying Bermane Stiverne is better than Klitschko, so don't twist my words. But Stiverne never really officially should have been stopped. He got stopped again by Demetrius King, but if you watch the fight, it was some bullshit. Klitschko legit got stopped by guys. Lamon Brewster, Corey Sanders, rest in peace. Right? He legit got stopped by guys. but he did well, perfected his style, and you know what I mean, changed some things, fought tall, and you know what I mean, he's a legend. But he also, I mean, honestly, real talk, Klitschko, both of them. I think Vitaly's better, but I really feel like the Klitschko era, boxing, the heavyweight division was boring as fuck, and it was like the Klitschkos are bust because they came up in an era where there weren't really many people that were noteworthy. You know what I'm saying? There weren't really, they were fighting like Tony Thompson, David Haye, a former cruiserweight, Derek Chisora. They were even saying like Robert Helenius was the next Klitschko. Like, you know what I'm saying? So realistically, the heavyweight division wasn't really popping, especially after Vitaly retired. So again, that's Joshua's best resume. Yeah, after Lennox, of course, after Lennox retired, that's when it just was like, listen, I know my sport. And when Tyson was fighting, you had names. You had Spinks, you had Larry Holmes, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, obviously, decades. But I'm just talking about all the greats. Ernie Shavers. You had David Tuas, Razor Ruddock, Tommy Morrison. What's the dude that went over to UFC? Ray Mercer, right? Lennox Lewis, of course. You had, what was the dude that had a mental breakdown with Lennox Lewis? Oliver McCall, right? Shannon Briggs was part. Chris Bird, Roy Jones, not really, he's not really a heavyweight, but you had some guys. We had Trevor Berbick. You had different people. So, I mean, realistically, people keep making it like Joshua's resume is like murdering. Wow, I really don't believe that. I think Klitschko is the best name, and he was coming off of a loss. Ike Ibeabuchi, great one. Him and David Tua is one of my favorite heavyweight fights of all time. But anyway, I mean, I'm just being real. Like, see, it's easy for people to disagree, but where's the person that's going to disprove it? You know what I'm saying? Disprove what I'm saying. Prove to me that Klitschko wasn't 41, that Klitschko wasn't coming off a loss, that Klitschko looked like shit versus Tyson Fury. Like, no one's willing to prove those things wrong because they know I'm not wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. I give respect to Klitschko. I think he's a phenomenal guy. But, I mean, other than Klitschko, who I've already examined, he's been stopped before multiple times. He's not necessarily known for having the best chin. Even when he was ranked, I mean, he's beating guys like Kubrat Pulev, Alex Lepai. Who is that? Where's Alex Lepai been? He beat Povetkin. That's a good win. But, you know what I'm saying? He was also bigger, much bigger. The first time he fought someone who was equal in size with some good movement like Tyson Fury, he looked like a totally different fighter. Floyd, no matter who you put in there, bigger puncher, rough, he gets it done. Klitschko looked bewildered versus Tyson Fury. And that's straight up. And then, I mean, who else is on Joshua's resume? Kevin Johnson, Gary Cornish, Dominic Breazeale, Eric Molina after Chris Molina. I mean, Chris Areola and Wilder have both stopped him. Dillian White. I mean, what's the Joshua name that just, like, y'all making it like his resume is just like murking? Like, when I think of good resumes, does Joshua currently have a better resume than Miguel Cotto, Danny Garcia, Floyd Mayweather? Per division, of course. No, he doesn't. You know what I mean? Cotto fucking fought I mean, I give Cotto like slack because he's a champion, and I don't think he should be picking on welterweights like Saddam Ali. I would like to have seen him fight someone better. And his team was telling you they wanted to fight Canelo Golovkin when they're bullshit, because you wouldn't have picked Saddam Ali. When you couldn't get Canelo, you would have picked David Lemieux or somebody before the Billy Joe Saunders fight. But anyway, Cotto has a resume. Cotto's resume is deep. Zab Judah, Pacquiao, Floyd, Margarito cheating ass twice, Shane. You know what I'm saying? And listen. Listen, who's Michael Smith? I like how y'all just call him out and tell me who need the hot seat. Where's Michael Smith? I don't see him. He might have deleted his shit. Oh, he got deleted by one of my mods. Or his comments did. He got deleted. Or his comment got deleted. Listen. There's no fucking... And see, like, I'm going to tell y'all straight up. As a man, as a fan of the sport, a man fan... No, I don't like how that sounds. But, scratch that. As a man fan shit. But, as a fan... Wilder, I was just at his press conference. The way he conducted himself is how I envision the heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, and I'm not throwing shit. I really like Joshua, but I'm giving you my honest, unadulterated perspective, right? He got a sensational knockout, despite what anyone hating is gonna say. He knocked his man out and did what you're supposed to do to a mandatory, a guy who's been on long layoff, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But he annihilated him, a guy who was confident, or at least spoke with confidence, you know what I'm saying? And then afterwards, he didn't beat around the bush. He went straight for the jugular multiple times in the ring post-fight interview, at the press. I was at all of it. You know, I was in the Barclays. I went to the press conference. I even talked to Wilder after the fight when he was leaving with him and his entourage and his girl and shit. And he did a little drop for me. And it's on my Instagram story. I might post it. And he was like, Joshua, it's only so long you can ride. I'm coming for you. I'm coming. And he was just calling them out on my Instagram story. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's what the heavyweight division has been about. Like some WWE shit. That's what the heavyweight division needs. That's my honest opinion. Like Joshua, when he beat Takam, even though I thought the stoppage was bullshit, they asked him, what do you want to do next? And he was like, they were like, I think they were even like coaxing him to say, like, just say a name, just say a name. Just say a name. And he was like, I don't know. There's a lot of great fights, and the Wilder fight has to happen. But he didn't emphatically call him out. Because I think Team Joshua knows if they do that, then they're going to be receiving a call from Wilder's side. Like, okay, all that stuff you was saying, you want to make the fight, let's make it. Okay, listen. Y'all getting distracted. Like Tupac and Ego Valley always say, they're only here to cause distractions. Okay. Who gives a fuck if Dominic Breazeale is the #1 mandatory when you know Wilder has for at least a year been on the lines of Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker, and it does not seem like they want to fight him next. So is Wilder Dominic Breazeale at the top of my list of fights I want to see? Absolutely not. It's not. I will be real and tell you that. But you can't, once again, hold it against the guy who's trying to unify with actual champions, and they don't seem to want to, or their promoters don't seem to want to oblige those. So if he does end up fighting Dominic Breazeale, and I think Dominic Breazeale's suing him for whatever happened in the hallway or whatever after the Washington fight, then it is what it is. But I'm not, why would I be mad at Wilder for, he had to make money, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he has rent and whatever the fuck else he wants to do and buy. He got to make money. I'm not going to fault him if I know he's pursuing the bigger names and they're saying, I want to wait and all this, or the promoters are saying, fight. And y'all can say I'm crazy, but as far as I'm concerned, Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale and Dillian White versus Wilder, the interest level is about the same for me. I'm not being facetious. They both lost to Joshua, both Breazeale and White. They both got stopped by Joshua. So to me, the interest level is the same. I would actually rather see Gerald Big Baby Miller versus Wilder if he beats his next opponent. But to me, I'm not... and y'all keep throwing out this Dillian White fight, but I don't see the Dillian White fight as being so superb over Dominic Breazeale. And that's just be honest. The only benefit is if you want to play the angle of Dillian White's from a different market. He's from the UK market. You know what I'm saying? So you could say, oh, he'll draw in a different crowd or some shit. But Wilder's not trying to fight a mandatory. And I just talked to DeBella, and he said Wilder got one belt, which means he should have one mandatory, and he just knocked him out in one round. So I don't think Dominic Breazeale has to get a fight next. So that's another thing some of y'all don't understand. He just fought a mandatory. That's not how boxing works, where you just have to fight nothing but mandatories. You know what I'm saying? He just knocked out his mandatory. So again, am I ecstatic over a Dominic Breazeale fight? No, but I would never hold that against Wilder when I know he's looking for the bigger fish to fry, and they're not seeming to oblige, or they're failing drug tests or whatever. But man, I was impressed with Wilder. I didn't know he would get him out like that. Like, I mean, y'all gotta stop with the hate for Wilder, because like that, to me, that was everything that, like, and I'm not trying to sound crazy like some Wilder fanatic or whatever, but he just gave you everything. He just gave you everything. Bermane Stiverne is a guy who's never really officially been stopped, and the stoppage he did have was some bullshit, like I keep saying. And he never got stopped in one round in a non-competitive fight. Wilder came out throwing a mean-ass jab. Like, he was throwing a fast-ass, mean-ass jab. And, see, the thing is, people, you got to understand boxing and know boxing, right? Somebody earlier in the stream, I think we hot-seated him and blocked him, but they said, oh, Stiverne only threw like 4 punches. Yeah, you fucking fight Wilder when he's coming out and he's trying to kill you. He already told you that before the fight. And he's throwing a hard-ass jab at you, and there's a 3-inch, 4-inch deficit in height. How are you going to get on the inside when he's throwing that mean-ass shit with the longer reach, crazy wingspan, and he's throwing a hard-ass jab? You know what I'm saying? How, you guys tell me, since you guys know so much. Stiverne only threw 4 punches. Yeah, because he couldn't find a way to get in on the. I seen him. He was trying to do some head movement and stuff, but Wilder he had a snappy ass jab. He's snapping him with the jab, and he has long ass arms, and he was trying to hurt that boy. And listen, people who have a good jab, Charlo, Triple G, Wilder, there's power behind it too. And in my opinion, Wilder, he might actually, well, I know I don't know about Charlo, but his jab, Golovkin's jab is not fast. It's just a good jab. And a jab doesn't have to be fast. You know what I'm saying? You could have it's just about timing and landing the jab. But Wilder was throwing a mean-ass quick jab, like you could hear the glove noise or whatever. And that's why Bermane Stiverne, you know you're dealing with a guy with power. He felt it in the second round of the first fight or whatever. And see, the thing is, you can't make excuses. Bermane Stiverne said he was dehydrated the first time, and now he said he was good. So, so what can you say? He said the first time he lost, it was dehydrated, and now it's not going to be different. Or now it will be different. Hold on. Yeah, man. I like what Wilder did, and like I said, Wilder didn't waste no time, and he keeps letting you know on social media, on TMZ now, post-fight interviews, press conference. He keeps letting you know there should be only one name, one belt, or one belt holder, and one name, and all this shit. I want to unify. Like, I mean, to me, American champions are listen, y'all gonna get mad, but American champions are doing what y'all say y'all want. Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. IBF champion. These motherfuckers, some of them people with one belt are actively pursuing the other belts. Errol Spence Jr. is doing that. You know what I'm saying? I got a hit list. I want Danny, give me Keith, I'll fight Porter, I'll fight whoever. You know what I'm saying? He's letting it be known. I'll fight Pacquiao. He lacked fundamentals, man down, right? Wilder, he's letting you know. Joseph Parker, he said it's too crowded up here. We don't need 3 champions. AJ, he's actively calling him out. Terrence Crawford, American champions are the shit. Right now, they the shit. Y'all can hate all you want, but they doing what you say you want as a fan. The best versus the best. See, some of y'all are just fake. I hate fake shit. When Oscar De La Hoya was writing them letters to Floyd, talking about, hey, Floyd, leave boxing. It should be the best versus the best. And then later would make Canelo versus Liam Smith, Canelo versus Khan. See, y'all was all for that because it was a way to slander Floyd and a way to bash Floyd. You know what I mean? Yeah, Oscar's right. The best versus the best. Now when it comes time, when it's not on your watch and not on your agenda, when it comes time to the best versus the best, Wilder, is there anyone that's willing to argue that Wilder and Joshua are lesser than Joseph Parker right now? Joseph Parker's cool, but he hasn't looked sensational versus Huey Fury, Raz Kavajan. You know what I'm saying? He looks like the lesser of the 2 heavyweights. But now all of a sudden y'all don't care about best. When Errol Spence is like, man down, y'all don't care about the best versus the best then. Yo, Keith Thurman, he already took 2 tough fights. He just got married, injured. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. But like I said, when Oscar was pressing Floyd, like saying, oh, we want the best, we want you gone. It's the best right now, all of a sudden, you don't care. Big time. Shout out to you for the $10 super chat. Marinate food, not fights. Wilder Joshua needs to happen now, not later. Great addition to this conversation. New media, man, we gonna get it back. You guys are gonna have no choice. We bringing boxing all the way back. We still gotta eradicate some of the troll fans that aren't really fans. They're just fans of a region or a fighter. Ego, you're the boss. I was doubting about Wilder, but now I think it'll be a tough fight versus Josh. Man, y'all should have listened to me on the jump about that. Listen, I honestly, listen. Well, you want to play a game? I'm like Jigsaw. If Anthony Joshua fought Bermane Stiverne as a last-minute replacement or under the same circumstances, you know what I'm saying, as Wilder, you think he would have knocked him out in the first round? Honestly. Does Joshua knock out Bermane Stiverne in 1 round, even off a 2-year layoff? Yes? Fuck no. Hell no. We got another hot seat. We got another hot seat victim. Okay. Creamy octopus. Yeah, you gonna be a creamy octopus. We're gonna throw you back. We got a hot seat victim. Okay, you said yes. Everyone else is saying no. So why, in your opinion, and obviously the fight didn't happen, so there's no way to fully prove it, but you come with your best argument on why you believe, based on something you've seen, why you believe Joshua would have knocked out Bermane Stiverne off of a 2-year layoff. Starting now. Go. Oh my gosh, I'm about to bury this dude. And y'all gonna have to use your imaginations. Eagle, have you ever checked your IQ? Nope, but I block people for saying stupid shit. Block. Who next? Keep talking that stupid shit. Anyway, where's the dude at? He said yes. Hold on, let me find his name so we can blast him. Creamy Octopus, that's who he is. Where's his response? Because Stiverne had no movement, no head movement, no punches thrown, no activity, dropped by Rossi, and on and on. Now, you know you done fucked up. It's time to bury you. Once again, if your octopusy ass knew what the fuck you were talking about, you would know the big difference is Wilder came out with a piston jab, and he's 6'7", and he's the hardest punching heavyweight, right? And he's not like weighing himself down with muscle, so he's still pretty quick and still pretty explosive and athletic. So I don't believe that I'm not saying Joshua couldn't stop Stiverne at any point, but I don't think it would have happened like that, where Stiverne did nothing and he got stopped in the first round. Another reason, you have a late replacement in Carlos Takam, who's shorter than Stiverne, maybe even hits less hard than Stiverne. And how many rounds did it take Joshua, who had a severe weight advantage too? See, just like Stiverne versus Wilder, Stiverne was the one that outweighed Wilder by 34 pounds. And the exact opposite in the Carlos Takam-Joshua fight. Joshua outweighed Takam when they weighed in on the scale. So I can imagine they followed suit when they rehydrated. And Eric Molina is the last person I could think of that got knocked out in one round by Joshua. Gary Cornish, Dominic Brazil, Dillian White, none of them got knocked out in one round. So why would Stiverne? And to me, like I said, AJ, he's more. He seems like he's thinking in there a little bit more. Wilder's just throwing to chop you up. Joshua looks more mechanical, like a bit stiffer. So, where's your next response? You got one or two more. Because White Brazil have an ounce of ambition and activity at the time. No, you're skipping around. So why else do you think that Joshua would have knocked Stiverne out in one round? Not that he would have knocked him out, that he would have knocked him out. Stiverne was his response is Stiverne was awful, dude. You know it. Let's vote. Is that a good read? Because Stiverne was awful, dude. Really? That's the best you got? Put your L's up. Put your L's up. Honestly, I don't think AJ would have stopped. Why didn't he stop late notice Takam in one round? And he started actually fading a bit. He seemed like he was fading a bit in the Takam fight before the stoppage. And see the other thing is this. Styles make fights. Wilder came out with an efficient jab and a faster, more explosive start and more of a mean streak. Joshua is more of a boxer type that'll put it together. Okay, he said Wilder Fanboy Central. Bye, sweetie. You already got your L's. One of my admins off with his head. See, when they have to resort to name calling in a debate, I didn't call you no names. That's how you know. That's how you know. AJ's the king, then he should fight. If he's the king, Wilder's saying he's the king. So let's see the fight. Another $10 super chat. AJ's afraid of Wilder. That's why he talks about mandatories and everything else but Wilder. Bomb Squad, $10 super chat. Listen, I appreciate Wilder as a heavyweight champion for doing how I think you're supposed to. Call your, let people, see, listen, so many people, and this is not just Joshua, this is just boxing in general. A lot of people seem like they want to let things happen. Yes, it's up to my promoter. You know what I'm saying? You can manifest your own destiny. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And I hate when people say this promoter shit because it's just like an actor's agent. the acting agent, the actor's agent, is not the one with the skill. You know what I mean? He's not the actor. Tom Hanks, Brad Pitt, Denzel Washington, they're the ones with the actual talent to get behind the camera and deliver the lines and make people believe it. So my point being, if you're you're an actor's agent, your goal is to get your client work. But the fighters often bring up, oh, it's up to my promoters. But you can, so what? Why do you have a promoter if when you really want to fight, you can't get it because they don't want you to have it? You know what I'm saying? Like the promoter, bottom line is the promoter should be working with you, working for you. You know what I mean? And steering your career. Like, I could understand, like, let's say Joshua was 3-0 and he was like, oh, I want to fight Tyson Fury or whoever was a champion at that time. Okay, the promoter could step in and veto that. Like, bro, you only have 3 fights. Just wait longer. If it really doesn't make... But, I mean, the training wheels are off at this point. AJ got a higher medal in the Olympics than Wilder. He's a gold medalist. Wilder's a bronze medalist. They're 1 inch in height difference, so it's not like Joshua's like 6'1" or something massively smaller. He would outweigh Wilder based on history and how much he's been coming in. That is, he has a punch, Wilder has a punch, and you both are champions. So it's like, what is it? Yeah, and listen, oh my God, I love my life. I really do, people. I love my life, people. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the fans. And listen to me. Listen to what people say then and now. And notice how my tune has not changed one bit. Now, what happened? Let's all the people that were saying, oh, bum ass Wilder, he must fight Dillian White. After what you've seen tonight, who's pick, or is anyone picking Dillian White to beat him? After watching Dillian White's last fight, see, you know, they say in boxing you're only as good as your last fight. In your opinion, watching the Dillian White and Dillian White being hurt by Robert Helenius in round 2, right? All the people that were throwing out Dillian White, whoa, yeah, Wilder needs to build his UK presence and profile, fight Dillian White. Right? Look at Dillian White's last fights or last few fights. Look at Wilder's last few fights. And who's picking Dillian White to really beat Deontay Wilder? I seriously want to know that. Because like I said, everything I say is G. You know what I mean? Listen to what I said then and now. I'm not changing that. I told you, Dillian White's a solid fighter if they can agree to the terms and Team Wilder feels it's in their best interest, or they get the Joshua guarantee and they're like, okay, this makes sense for us. This is advantageous. Then I can understand the fight happening next. But I don't think that champions need to chase challengers. Champions should be chasing other champions. I don't think Wilder has to go through Dillian White. That's the difference. And again, where are the people that were throwing Dillian White and say, oh, he has to fight Dillian White? Based on their last performances, I mean, do you guys really want to see that fight? Like, you feel like it's a outcome that could go either way? And once again, if in my opinion, if Dillian White were to fight Bermane Stiverne, I don't think it's a one-round fight. Dillian White might be able to win it. I don't think it's a one-round fight like that. Anyone disagree with that? Shout out to the Octavius72, a $10 super chat. I told y'all them yelling them orange super chats, man. Y'all know I'm on the late night shift, so y'all showing love. It said these AJ fans are clowns and hypocrites. They talk about the shape of Stiverne was in tonight. However, they have no issue with their champion taking on an inactive, out-of-shape Fury. Why? Get the fuck out of here. I said the same thing. I said the same exact thing earlier in this stream. Fury's worse shape than Stiverne. There's pictures of Fury grabbing rolls of fat and all this shit recently. And he's on a 2-year layoff too. And they're trying to, and Eddie Hearn literally, how do you say it in the UK? Literally, he literally said that Tyson Fury versus AJ is a bigger fight. So why push for that? But then Stiverne gets so much slack. Slicks, bruh. Where's A? Where are you from? It says A $5. I don't know what the A means. I like Wilder, but the guy has 400,000 Instagram followers. AJ almost 5 million. Wilder, nobody knows him outside of boxing enthusiasts. Listen, you just wasted your money because you just put a stupid comment. Like, when is the game gotten about Instagram followers or Twitter followers? Like that's how I know the game is getting soft. People, like, listen, I'm not trying to roast, I swear to you, but I have more followers. You can check it right now on Boxingego. I got more fucking followers than Jesse Vargas, right? And that's just a random person, right? I have more followers than a lot of people. Jeff Horn, I don't know about now, but I did. So my point is, how the fuck is Jeff Horn get a Pacquiao fight and Jesse Vargas, and I got more followers than both of them? If that's what we talking, if we talk, then y'all need to give me the Pacquiao fights. You know what I'm saying? If that's what it's all about. Ego sounded like Skip Bayless, and you sounded like a motherfucker that want to be blocked. Block, get your ass out of here. I know for a fact I don't sound like Skip Bayless, so that's why you got blocked, because that was just stupid. And there ain't nothing in my DNA that sound like Skip Bayless. But anyway, we gonna skip you because your ass is blocked. But anyway, Jeff Horn, Jesse Vargas, I got more followers on my page than both of them, and they both got Pacquiao fights. So is that what it's come to? Yeah, look. The kid, look at the kid at I got 77,000. I got 70, man. I told you I run boxing, man. 77.1, man. And I didn't buy no. Now let's look at Jeff the Horny. Woo! Right? Where Horn at, man? Look, Jeff Horn. The motherfucker got 28. He got 28,000 subscribers. No verified account. And I got more than him. And he got a Pacquiao fight. But y'all want to talk about, okay. Y'all want to talk, I got more subscribers on Instagram. So is that, y'all need to, I need to fight Pacquiao. See, I told y'all, Jesse Vargas got 43. So I got more. I got more subs. I mean, so what does that mean? So I need to get the fights now? Instead of that, you know what I'm saying? I got more fights. I mean, I got more followers. Y'all sound stupid with that. Wilder has 400,000, but Joshua has 5 million. Who gives a rat's fucking ass? Who has because a lot, I mean, I don't know, but is anyone really validating 5 million people? Like, honestly, like, sometimes if you're a big star, I know they have sharing things, like, just different ways to, like, they'll post your account, and, you know what I mean? Some of them could be bought. I mean, there's really no way to corroborate if he has 5 million unique, organic subscribers. And what does that have to do? Amir Khan got a ton of followers, but Canelo knocked him out and Danny Garcia knocked him out. I mean, what does that have to do with it? Because he has more subscribers than Danny Garcia, he gonna win the fight? Y'all sound crazy. The game's getting soft when y'all start talking about this person has more social media followers. And like I said, that to me, that stuff is not always 100% authentic. Unless somebody's checking 5 million accounts to make sure they're 100% accurate. You know what I mean? Some of that might even be ghost account. And I mean, I don't know. Joshua's popular, so he probably does have a good amount. But is all of it 100% authentic? We don't know. So who cares? Y'all motherfuckers is desperate. Y'all don't want to see Wilder Joshua so bad. You've resorted to talking about followers on who has more followers. Like, damn. Like, hey, man, I think Wilder would knock Joshua out. Oh, yeah? Well, Joshua, he has 5 million subscribers to Wilder's 400,000. Like, really? Like, so y'all don't even give a fuck about the fight. Y'all just fighting who has more subscribers and followers. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is stupid to me. That's like, I mean, it's like Stiverne outweighed Wilder by probably 40 pounds when he rehydrated. But he still got knocked out. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not everything. Stuff like that's not like a functional advantage. Doesn't mean you'll win a fight because you got more followers. What? Like, crazy. See, that's what, listen, I'm going to keep saying it, new media style. Listen to what people say then and now. First, it was Dillian White, right? Now everyone's seen Wilder's last performance. He got past his mandatory emphatically in one round. A guy who's never been stopped, especially like that, in one round, made it look relatively easy, right? And you don't hear the Dillian White thing as much because you look at Dillian White's last performance against a guy that Wilder knocked out. That guy knocked out the guy that Dillian White fought. Johan, for y'all non-boxing watching motherfuckers, Johan Duhaupas, who gave Wilder an extremely tough fight. He knocked out Wilder or White's last opponent brutally, Robert Helenas. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you guys parasites, like the people who are jumping around first. Oh, he's not a star enough. Okay. He needs to fight Dillian White. And then, okay, they both fight their last fights. You see who has the better of the performance, obviously. And then, oh, he doesn't have enough social media followers. Like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. I ain't never seen this. Wow, here's something else. Dillian White, so whoever said Wilder got 400,000, well, he doesn't even have 100,000. And y'all was saying he has to fight Dillian White. And he has 92. So if it's all subs, then what? Then why is Wilder shouldn't be chasing White if it's about subs like you guys are saying? This shit is too easy, man. And listen, y'all can make up all the excuses. I'm here with that trill. And that's just what it is. Thank you, Mr. Gloves. You already know what you did. But if Dominic listen, if Dominic Brazil fought like he was originally supposed to fight Bermane Stiverne, would that be the outcome? If Dominic Brazil fought Bermane Stiverne as scheduled tonight, would he have knocked him out in one round? Nah. Yeah, I mean, he didn't even knock out Eric Molina in one round, who's been stopped by Wilder, stopped by AJ, stopped by Chris Arreola. Styles make fights. I'm just telling you, Wilder did what he was supposed to. He hits hard, first of all. Effective, snappy-ass jab. And then he was put... Man, did y'all see... Listen. Did y'all see when Wilder knocked him down and he got back up? So, you know what I mean? Credit to Stiverne Hart. And Wilder had his hands by his waist and was just like just staring over him like... I'm like, this dude is wilding in there. Like, that's entertainment to me, like, because that was like some movie shit. Like, I could picture like Michael Myers or some shit just being in the door jam in the just staring at the person he's trying to, like, why did Wilder even do that? That shit was so funny. He put his hands by his waist and just stood there like, I know I'm about to knock you out next. He made it look pretty effortless. I don't think most guys have that power that would have detach Stiverne like that. I really don't. Yeah, he really, Wilder was just like, you know, your parents like piss you off as a little kid and you want to pout like you think you're intimidating, but you like 4'11". Yeah, I mean, he knew he was about to knock him out or something. He was acting possessed in there. Just staring over him, huffing and puffing. Like, that shit was funny to me. I was like, why is he doing... Someone said he went Super Saiyan. That's what he was acting like. That's why you can't play with guys with that type of power, talking about I'm gonna kill you and be happy and all that. He's like, okay, come kill me, motherfucker. Yeah, he would. See, where I'm from, that's like, someone said turn. We call it in the zone. He was in the zone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you just in the zone. That Steph Curry zone where you just shooting all threes, hitting all your shots. That's the zone for a boxer. That man was just like he was just looking at him like, what are you gonna do? Like, I don't know. That shit was crazy to me. But anyway, everything, like, listen, it's not just American versus UK bullshit. I think Wilder, what he's doing is great for his division. Calling out names like Corrupt. All the theatrics, like, even in the ring, you knocked the man down, you didn't have to, like, mad dog him like that and just be like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as he's getting up, trying to get right with himself, and Wilder's just putting his hands at his waist. That was crazy. Someone said he looked like the Undertaker. Y'all gotta stop. Yeah, he was tripping. I don't know. That's what I was about to ask him that too. Like, he was, like I said, he was in the zone. See, and the other thing that, to me, my personal opinion, why I think that'll be a real hard fight for Joshua is because Wilder has that, I don't know if it's just a Southern thing. Because, like, you know these, listen, y'all know where I'm from. I rep the West Coast. You know what I mean? I never lived in the South. I got friends and stuff in the South. But these Southern boys not really fucking playing. Like, if you really analyze these motherfuckers from the South right now who are on top in boxing, like Errol Spence, when he's not the biggest talker, like he does his talking in the ring, but when Kell Brook was pissing him off and he's like, don't run, like, he's like, all right, stay in the center of the ring, don't run, and he fought him like a dog, right? The fucking Charlo brothers. Am I okay? Is he okay? Keep running your mouth, keep running. And then fucking Wilder. These Southern dudes ain't really fucking around. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. I respect game. I respect, you know what I mean? I don't care where people are from, but these Southern boys is not really the ones. They're not like fucking around. Like, they're making good with their promises and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And anyway, what I'm trying to say is that's why I think the Wilder fight is a different, because Wilder seems to have more of that temperament, that mean streak. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, he was at the post-fight press conference after he just did that to that man, and he's like, we do a prayer. He said basically he has split personalities. He said there's the Bronze Bomber, and you don't know what he's gonna do or say, and there's Deontay Wilder. He said, when I'm Deontay Wilder in the Wilder form, he says we do a group prayer, like a team prayer, and we also do a prayer for our opponent, because, you know what I mean, make sure that I got family. I want to make sure they come back to their family safe. But he said Bronze Bomber, that's just a different entity. You know what I mean? And he said at the press conference, you'll see when I put it up, he said, I'm still trying to catch a body. I want a body on my resume. So, you know what I mean? He keeps talking about catching a body, like a real life body, like a Bobby Schmurder. How Bobby Schmurder, you heard her? He's trying to Bobby Schmurder somebody. You know what I'm saying? I got a buddy about a week ago. He said he still want that. So, I don't know. I just think he has that temperament. So, you got to deal with that. Because, I mean, even like Kovalev's nasty like that too. That's what was doing him well for so many fights before Andre Ward. See, but I told y'all, Dre got dog, and he's from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't understand when I'm talking about this dog shit. Floyd Mayweather got dog. Errol Spence. Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford. These motherfuckers got dog in them. And it's so funny because a lot of people y'all think are machismo and like macho mans and shit. they don't necessarily got dog. Like Lucas Matisse, he's a good fighter, but where was that dog when you're up against it versus Victor Postal? You know what I'm saying? Julio Cesar Chavez. In fights like Canelo or Andres Fanfara, where was that dog? You know what I mean? So it's funny because a lot of guys who are known for warrior shit is like Jesus Soto Caras. He just got stopped again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the guys who are known as the warriors, Josecito Lopez or whoever, you know what I mean? When they're known as like they get praised for being warriors, but they've also get stopped differently. Ward gets hurt and then goes on to beat Kovalev. I didn't watch the Soto Caras fight. He looked bad. Yeah, I'm glad he retired. I thought. Eagles, nice meeting you at the weigh-ins. Nice meeting you, man. I love meeting people, man. I just like going to the events and good shit. And I enjoy myself, man. But yeah, Wilder, he's solidifying himself as the boogeyman. And honestly, you know, I was thinking about this. If Wilder fought Luis Ortiz like that, that's a tough ass fight. I think Wilder. I picked Wilder to beat Luis Ortiz, but if he fought like that, I don't know if Luis Ortiz. I don't know. I think Wilder would have beat Luis Ortiz because he was fighting with a snappy jab. Ortiz is older, and like Ortiz to me is a very good boxer. Clearly has power, and he could get on his toes and stuff like that. But he's more of a rhythmic fighter. When you allow him to get into a rhythm, like let's say like the Brian Jennings fight, he started getting into a groove, and like that's where he's dangerous. He's like floating and shit on his toes, and that's where he's gonna hit you with the 1-2s and different shit. But Malik Scott never let him get into a rhythm, and he didn't look that great. You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, honestly, in my y'all can. I want to know if anyone disagrees. Is there another heavyweight that's hitting harder than Wilder? Like really? Like Luis Ortiz, it took him several rounds to knock out Dave Allen. Do you think if Wilder fought Dave Allen, do you think it would have went that many rounds? Like honestly. And I know Luis Ortiz has power. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to fight that motherfucker, but I'm just saying, like, Wilder's power is seeming pretty freakish. Like, Dave Allen went several rounds. I mean, Malik Scott went the distance. He didn't look good in the fight, but he went the distance with Luis Ortiz. And when he fought Wilder, he got knocked out one. And I'm not just big on triangle theories or whatever, but I'm telling you, Wilder's one-punch power is kind of freaky. And I don't think a guy like Dave Allen would have nothing for him. You know what I mean? I don't think he would have went as long. And even when Luis Ortiz, I gotta watch it again, but when Ortiz stopped him, I don't think it was like a stoppage. It was a stoppage from accumulation, and he was like getting broken down, but it wasn't like a stoppage where he was just like Stiverne was today. You know what I memean? But I told you guys that Stiverne, that is very hard to come off of a 2-year layoff. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you what it is. And fight at the elite level. That's like it's not, like I said, if he fought Dominic Brazil or something, that's different. But to fight at fuck no. Amir Mansour does not hit harder than Wilder. Hell no. Didn't Amir Mansour, did he lose to Steve Cunningham? Did he lose to Steve Cunningham? And he lost to Dominic Brazil. Put Steve Cunningham in there with Wilder, a cruiserweight. Steve Cunningham got stopped by Tyson Fury. So put him in there with Wilder. I don't think that would be a good fight. Like a good look. But yeah, man. Yeah, Wilder came out aggressive. Let hold up. I do think if Dillian White got hurt by Robert Helenius, who to me is not someone I rate like up there. He's just a big guy. I think he's like Wilder's height, but he's not hitting like Wilder. So if he got hurt by him, I definitely think Wilder can hurt Dillian White. He would have to be extremely safe. Bro, when I watched the slow motion replay of the shots for the final knockdown, I didn't understand. I guess I didn't see it came too fast in real time. I didn't know he hit Stiverne that many times. He hit Stiverne with like 3 lethal flush shots, and then he fell in his lap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was bad. That was a badass knockout. The third one, the final one, he hit Stiverne with some flush shit. Like, cause like I'm talking about Stiverne was like falling down, getting hit hard as fuck. Like, damn, I didn't think he was gonna do all that. Like, cause Stiverne, like I said, is the only one that went the distance, but he was getting hit hard as and see, look, a lot of y'all motherfuckers making excuses. Everybody at the Barclays was lit, and they're like, I heard a dude, and I could tell he wasn't a real boxing fan, but he probably just lived in the area, so he wanted to go out, and he's like, yeah, we got to start checking for Bronze Bomber. We got to start checking for Wilder. So he was a casual, clearly, because he didn't really, he came to an event and didn't even know the main event, and he was telling his friends that. He was like, we gotta start checking for Bronze Bomber. We gotta start checking for Bronze Bomber. And they're like, hell yeah. So I don't want to hear all that Wilder can't sell and nobody knows him and all that, because performances like this shake up the game. You know what I mean? I think that it did like over 10,000 in attendance, and it was for the fight that wasn't even the initial fight. Do you guys get what I'm saying? And listen, when you knock people out like that, that puts them in the mindset of Mike Tyson. I'm not saying Wilder fights like Tyson or nothing, but I'm just saying that people love knockouts. People like you see someone get knocked down 3 times. Like, nobody, from what I've seen when I was at the Barclays, nobody seemed mad that the fight only lasted 1 round. Everyone was just talking about, oh bro, he was done after the first shot. He got hit with. Everyone was geeked up and drunk and happy and yelling and shooting camera phone videos. So like, Wilder, to me, this was like the perfect way for him to end his year, by taking a guy he didn't stop and was the only guy to go the distance, and then stop him in that fashion. Because I don't give a fuck what none of y'all are saying. If that was like another person, I don't think they would have stopped him like that. Even Alexander Povetkin got cracks. I'm not saying Povetkin can't stop him, but I don't think he would have stopped him in 1 round and knocked him down 3 times and made him fold up like that. I really don't. You know what I mean? Luis Ortiz, I don't think he would have done that either. I don't think, I know Tyson Fury probably wouldn't have done that. Carlos Takam, Gerald Miller, I don't really think none of them dudes, because they don't all have that power, and they don't all have, even if they do have the power, they don't have that temperament. So, I don't know. The fight needs to happen. All y'all making these excuses. Oh yeah, get the likes up. We still got 346 people here. Make sure if you're in the stream and you like raw, unfiltered boxing talk, I'm up here. It's late as fuck in New York. Hit that like button, man. We should be at 300 likes or better, because we got over 300 people in the crowd. You know what I mean? It's all about that engagement to YouTube. Wilder looked better than AJ in their recent fights. Bottom line is, you can't have a man screaming on you like that. I mean, I don't care about that A side, all that shit. Because the other thing, and see, this is the thing. Wilder just said, he just said, I'll come to the UK if it's the right offer. Like, he said, I don't care, I'll travel. So he's that, to me, that's like him acknowledging him being the B side, if he's willing to come. Do you think Joshua will come to America to fight Wilder? I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but I don't know if his team would allow that. So, good performance by Wilder. I mean, he just left people talking. But let me talk about, shout out to my dude Sean Porter, his fight with Granados. Listen, my writer texted me, my dude, shout out to Bakari. Make sure y'all check the website too. He's been putting up some great articles. And, you know, I mean, I write some too. Boxingego.com. But my writer texted me and he was like, yeah, I don't know. Sean Porter's been seeming weird since the 10th round or something like that. And then come to find out, he was badly injured. And like I knew clearly he gave up rounds 11 and 12. And Porter, like you guys seen if you watched the behind the scenes access granted that I put up on my channel when he was in his early stage of camp, the man trains like a dog. Altitude chambers and doing crazy shit on the track and 2-a-days and stuff like that. So I thought it was kind of weird that a guy who's kind of flexible in weight, not like the biggest person, and it looked like he was slowing down a bit. But to me, that was very apparent something was wrong. Like he was, his injury was bothering him, and it happens. And see, the thing is, like I watch enough boxing. There's some people that don't like, I think, Porter style, Pacquiao style. If you're used to being the person who's dishing out the punishment or whatever, and then you're all of a sudden affected, things like that, some people don't know how to act. Because I remember, where Pacquiao fought Eric Morales, he got that cut, and he was very bothered by it. You know what I'm saying? He was very bothered by it, and it kind of influenced. He ended up losing to Eric Morales in that fight. You know what I mean? So Sean Porter, you could tell this was affecting him. You know what I mean? And that's one of the fucked up things about this sport. Berto, I really think he would have beat Soto Caras. He even hurt him with one arm, but he had that one arm and ended up getting stopped. You know what I mean? So props to Porter, because those situations, like I said, Berto versus Soto Caras, that was one where it didn't work in the favor of the guy who got injured. It just took him too much off his game and made him debilitated. But yeah, he fractured his hand or broke or whatever, because he said he felt an immense pain and it was like sharper at certain points. But I really liked the Porter Granados fight. My thoughts on it, Sean Porter won clearly. Like, I don't know, Granados post-fight, this is no shade to him. I really like Granados. I think Granados is a cool cat. He comes from a rough part and he's doing something positive with life. But him post-fight saying, oh, I thought I won. Like, no, I didn't see that. And I followed Granados' whole career, and I understand that most of his losses are like majority decision, draw, split decision. No one really beats him cleanly. But I thought Sean Porter clearly beat him. Like, he was landing the harder, more efficient shots. I think Sean Porter gave up rounds 11 and 12, and he was like kind of more in a retreat mode, which was different. You normally don't see that. But Granados, I don't think he had an identity. Like, other than tough and grit, he what was his role? Like, was he a boxer? Was he a puncher? I thought he should have stayed off the ropes. He kept going back to the ropes, and then that's where Sean Porter was doing some of the best work. He was like digging to the body, which I think he could have did more late, but you know what I mean, his hand was fucked up. But Sean Porter was throwing some vicious ass hooks and sidestepping them and then moving to the other side and like really getting angles on Granados. I like Granados a lot. I like him. There's other great fights out there for him, but I didn't see him winning this one, even with Sean Porter's injury. Just because I thought Sean Porter landed the best stuff. Now, I mean, like I said, I like Granados. He was doing some showmanship. Sean Porter was like jabbing him, and he was like trying to dodge them all. But he was, see, not everyone's Floyd, because he was getting touched in some of those showboating sequences too. You know what I mean? And him going to, see, Granados, my advice for Granados, if I were to give him a piece of advice, is he has it all. You know what I mean? Like, he can box, He can brawl. The heart. See, people like Victor Ortiz, for example, he has tools too, but his heart has always been in question. Granados don't have that problem. The thing I think Granados could have done differently is the showboating is cool, but he was doing that at a time before he had the fight under control. So tone that down, because judges really aren't going to be fooled by that. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be, oh shit, Granados, like, to me, Granados clearly wasn't winning the round, and he was like still showboating and like trying to do some matador shit. See, like when Lomachenko's doing all that, when Lomachenko's doing that matador, like ole and all that, he's like dogging you, like Jason Sosa. So and Terrence Crawford too. Terrence Crawford tapping, they're like dogging you. So when he was doing it to Felix Diaz, I don't mind it. My favorite fighter of all time, Roy Jones, I don't mind it because Roy Jones fully had a grasp of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't in control. But I don't like when fighters don't have control of the fight, aren't winning the fight, or aren't winning the rounds, and they're still like overly showboating. So I think he could have toned that down. It looks cute, but no one's scoring the round for you. You know what I mean? I just didn't think Granados had an identity. Like, who was he? Like, who was his, like, what was his MO? Was he a boxer? Was he a mover? Because he was, like, moving a lot. And then sometimes he was just standing on the ropes and then trying to trade with Sean. And I thought early he was, like, he was, like, getting lured into a dogfight. And that was more Sean Porter's game. That up-close, personal, rugged shit. But I like the kid. I mean, the kid has mad heart. And he has a palette you can build from, but he just needs to, I think he just needs to clean up some of those things. Like I wouldn't, if I were his corner, I would have say, what are you doing on them ropes? Like, why are you, that, see, and you have to understand the game of boxing. And I'm not saying I know everything. The thing you have to understand about boxing is, like, when you're on the ropes, unless you're like a Floyd Mayweather and you're just doing all the right things, it's hard to look good on the ropes for most people. Do you guys see that? Like Floyd is Floyd. So Floyd could be on the ropes, shoulder rolling and like deflecting and stuff like that. But Granados, he was taking some of his biggest shots, like flush shots, against the ropes, or a good percentage of them, because Sean Porter was just letting his hands go. So you have to understand perceptions and the way judges see that. You're punching back, which is good, but you're not going to win the round because Sean Porter's the inherent aggressor and he's landing the more impactful shots. And you're playing around, but it's not all the way effective. That's just my 2 cents. But there's a lot of great fights for Granados. You know what fights I would like? Say win. Somebody say win. And I'll tell you some fights I like for Granados. Say win. Granados, Omar Figueroa, because they don't like each other. They called each other out on social media. Granados, Broner rematch. I wouldn't really mind that. Granados versus Felix Diaz. I think that could be a good rematch because they've already fought. Felix Diaz got beat up by Crawford, so that'd be a good rematch to see where they're at. Amir Khan versus Granados might be a good one. I would say Lamont Peterson, but he's fighting Spence. Jesse Vargas versus Granados, I think would be a good one. Matisse, that shout out to Angel, that's a very good one. Matisse. See, like that, since Angel brought that up, Granados versus Matisse. That's the type of fight you don't want to play around with Matisse. He's hitting too hard. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just backing up and hoping they don't clip you, I wouldn't do all that. So, those are some fights I want to see. But props to Sean Porter sticking it out, being hurt. Now, Lucas came back. He was on the Canelo Chavez Jr. card. Oh, listen, because I got love for the fans, and I try to help y'all out. just in case y'all forgot, tonight is daylight savings time. So you're supposed to set your clocks back. Don't ever say I never helped y'all out. Daylight savings time. Y'all want to get that extra hour, y'all got to make sure your devices are set back for daylight savings time. So, yeah, man. Oh, your phone already did it? Good looking, forgot about that. See, I try to help y'all out. Yeah, some people's phones might have already adjusted. That's why it's like weird. Yeah, I'm about to get some sleep. Man, speaking of sleep, that Bermane, that was crazy. That was crazy. I didn't know he would do that. Showtime's killing HBO, FYI. But HBO, I'm looking for my dude Danny Jacobs fighting. That should be a good fight next week. Luis Arias, Gerald Big Baby Miller on the card. Kovalev coming up versus Shabransky. Oh, shout out to Bivol too, man. Bivol. I mean, it's not. He didn't knock out someone world beater, but for a guy who's just coming on the scene like that, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Bivol. He knocked this dude out in one round. That's impressive. I heard Badu Jack and Adonis are fighting. That's what Jack was calling for. That's a good fight. What y'all think of that? Adonis Stevenson versus Badu Jack. I think that's a good fight. Lil B Hop beat Titus. It looked like he beat him kind of pretty handedly. I think he had a knockdown too. Yeah, Jack's in good shape. I know his strength and conditioning coach, Larry. They get him in good ass shape, but he's been stopped before. Well, so has Adonis. That's a good ass fight because Adonis got fucking cracks, but I think Adonis is a left hand dominant fighter. That's. Let me take this shit off. Never mind, I'm gonna leave that. Whatever. Adonis is like left hand prime. That's his prime weapon. He doesn't do as much with his right. But that left, you got that NyQuil in there for you. What's next for Stiverne? It's a nasty knockout, but I mean, he needs to fight low level opposition to come back. I mean, because you lost your ranking if you got knocked out. So, you know what I mean? He needs to fight somebody lower on the scale if he's going to come back. I didn't realize how old Stiverne was. He's like 38, 39. But it's a bad knockout. I mean, realistically, when people with bad knock, you got to take 6 to 8 months at least off. I mean, he took 2 years, so that shouldn't be that much. But shout out to UFC, man. UFC had a card on at the same time or whatever, and they had quite the twists and turns with that. Joanna got knocked out. That's crazy. Great night for combat sports for sure. Do I watch women boxing? Yeah, I just watched Amanda Serrano get a knockout. I say I don't discriminate. I know females in the game that box. Shout out to Raquel Miller, Marlon Esparza. You know what I mean? There's a lot of great females. Clarissa Shields. Lady Hammer, like, you know what I mean? Maricela Cornejo, she fine. Fuck. Shout out to the women, man. I didn't watch the Dillashaw fight. I just heard he won. He looked good in there. How did he win, anyway? I didn't even see. I just heard that he won. I didn't see it because I was at the Barclays. How did Dillashaw win? He KO'd him? Oh, wow. He KO'd him? Damn. I thought he won a decision. I seen Wonderboy. Wonderboy looked good too. Stephen Thompson. I mean, you know, I need to see about getting to a UFC event. Them shits be lit. I need to see how I get in there. Fuck. Y'all got information for the kid? Man, we about to go. We about to cover everything, man. Yeah, shout out to GSP. Like, he off the couch, came back right. And Bisping, like, Bisping was talking a lot of shit, like always. Wow. Yeah, UFC card was lit. Yeah, Wonderboy Thompson looked good. Joanna got her shit rocked. Man, UFC just, I feel like they're always changing. Like, champions don't be lasting. Like Cody Garbrandt, he looked great versus Dominic Cruz. Y'all tell me he got stopped? Yeah, GSP submitted him. Hey, and Bisping's tough too, because he got kicked he got kneed so fucking hard by Anderson Silva. F you too. Who are you talking to? See, y'all just be coming to hate. That's all y'all care about doing. Fuck you. Fucking Boxingego. Box my ass. Like, what? But, yeah, shout out to UFC. They had a good card. Boxing's still killing them. And Showtime's still killing HBO. You dig? I'm about to go to bed. Fuck all this. I just want to let y'all know my thoughts. Shout out to the winners today. I'll be back. You know, I'm going to stay here an extra day. I don't really want to. But these fucking... I only bought a one-way here. And I didn't buy my ticket because I was going to maybe go somewhere else. But fuck that. Try to leave on Sunday. Oh. They were charging. The ticket was like... tickets were like $800 to $1,200. I'm like, I'm not paying that to leave on a Sunday. It's actually cheaper for me to stay another day. So I'm just going to stay and chill. Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to Super Chats and the engagement. Let's get some last minute likes. Great day for combat sports. Wilder did his thing. Sean Porter showed durability and tenacity. Adrian Granados as well. Eric Molina didn't look good, like, in them later rounds. Like, what the fuck? His body language, it looked kind of like the AJ fight. Like, he's doing this, like, Frazier, like defense. But it was weird. Like, okay, when Brazil was fighting him, right before it got, like, the corner stopped it, he, like, just fell over into his corner. Did you guys see that? It looked like he just, like... I don't know. It looked like he just spilled over in his corner. And I'm like, is he going back to his corner? Did they stop it? It was just really weird to me. New media, man. We out here in Brooklyn. Another successful event. Shout out to Super Chats. I gotta get... I'm about to get a new computer, man. So we can really turn up on these putos. And really kill the game. I actually bought one, but I took it back. I need more hard drive space. So I'm about to get a new Mac ASAP. Use the Super Chat to help out. I'm out of here. I'm tired. Yeah, I seen that, Angel. So sorry about your family emergency. I seen your message on Venmo. But I'm about to get out of here. I'm tired. So new media, we running shit. Great night of fighting in general. Stop with the excuses. Please stop with the excuses. Joshua Wilder clearly needs to happen. There's nothing. They both listen. They both got rid of their mandatories because Takam, he went down the list, so he got rid of it. And I heard Kubrat Pulev might fight Fresh Oquendo for a different title, even though he pulled out of a fight, man. So they're both done with mandatories. Y'all gotta stop making excuses. And like, listen, I don't care if you're from the UK, the same city as Joshua, Eddie Hearn. Y'all gotta be real boxing fans out this motherfucker. Like, and put the pressure to these boys. Like, that's the only way that we're gonna get these great fights. Lomachenko and Rigondeaux. You got Lomachenko sparring with Shakur Stevenson. He's taking it serious. You got Rigondeaux, sharpshooter. Like, he's probably getting quality work, and that's because of us. new media, the fans. So y'all gotta stop. Like, it's just like smoking out a rat. They're gonna eventually come out because they can't breathe. You know what I mean? That's how you smoke someone out. So that's what we gotta do to boxing. And it's not just any one person. This is everybody. Like, y'all making excuses. Why wouldn't you want to see Errol Spence unify? Why wouldn't you want to see Rigondeaux finally get a shot versus a big name? Why wouldn't you want to see Joshua Wilder? Like, these are my questions. Like, I really want to know that. Because I can't, as a boxing fan, couldn't look myself in the eye if I didn't want to see these good fights. You know what I mean? Wilder's coming off a dramatic performance. Who doesn't want to see that? Devin Haney got his win in Atlanta. That's good. Yeah, y'all sound like some fake-ass fans. Don't want to see the fight. No, he needs to go through Dillian White. Why? Why would a champion have to chase a challenge? Listen, if Wilder ends up fighting Gerald Miller, Dillian White, Dominic Breazeale, that's cool if that's the deal that has to be made and he can't get a champion, but his priority is in the right spot. Try to get a champion. And if you can't, then you worry about that. But realistically, y'all got to stop with the excuses. It's not a good look. Again, as a fan, why would you not, like, and it's like, I'm not going to let nobody just tell me, somebody force feed me something. You know what I mean? And that's what they've done for so long in the media. Like, oh, Pacquiao's the world beater or whatever. And then when it comes time to fight Terrence Crawford, there was a million excuses. Why don't you fight Crawford? He wants to fight you. HBO wants the fight. Fans wanted the fight. Of course, before the Jeff Horn loss. You know what I mean? We got to stop with these excuses. That's the new model. That's that 2018 shit. Let's see it. Like I told you, 2017, remember my motto? I said, show me. So 2017 and 2018 is going to be show me and let's see it. And the thing is, like, I'm going to leave on this note. The thing that's crazy, who's back? The thing that's crazy is those same people who are preventing the fight are going in and sounding confident in the comment section that Joshua would bomb out Wilder. So it's like you can't have it both ways. If you know he's going to bomb him out and it's the right fight for boxing and it's a unification, why wouldn't you want to see it? Why would you be setting up roadblocks to not see it? You know what I mean? Like, that's like saying my boy I have a boy and we real close, real tight, and he's about to fight someone I know he'll whoop. I'm not going to, why would I not want to see him fight? You know what I mean? And they genuinely can make money and genuinely have bad blood. I'm not going to get in the way of that because I have faith in my person. Oh, and I just posted this on my Instagram the other day. Listen, me and some boxing fans just don't agree, but I posted this. Like, are y'all serious? I started seeing people say that Wilder needs to fight Takam. Like, really? Do you really think Takam would beat Wilder? Like, honestly. I want to hear this. Does anyone really think Carlos Takam would look tricky or would survive some round? I'm talking about, is anyone picking him to beat Wilder? Y'all saying Wilder should fight him. Okay, we got a new hot seat victim. Alright. We got a new hot seat victim. His name is Mr. David, 6864. He said Carlos Takam beats Wilder. I knew I could base someone in here. I knew I could get someone. Now we got one. Alright, Mr. David. So, Mr. David, you said Takam beats Wilder. Okay, based on what? What have you seen? I knew we could take... You fell for the mousetrap. I knew we could get someone just by re-bringing that subject matter up. He said Takam would beat Wilder. Where is he at? See, why is it taking so long? He's like, oh, I'm setting my clocks back to daylight savings. They always have an excuse. So you just put Takam would beat Wilder. So explain what makes you believe that. See, everything I say, right or wrong, first of all, a lot of my predictions be right. I did an Ego Fight Club, and what I say, Porter via decision. I said I could see a TKO. I could see him hurting it, and then maybe Granado's kind of like protesting the TKO. And I said it was a decision. And I mean, I really think that could have happened if he didn't hurt his hand. You know what I'm saying? So my predictions be on point a lot of times. Just an opinion. Against his performance against AJ was better than I thought. Wilder would not last that long against AJ. No, see, what are you talking about? Wilder wouldn't last that long against AJ. We're talking about Wilder versus Takam. You see how they do? Each and every time they in the hot seat, they always try to finagle their way out. Why are you talking about Wilder lasting with AJ? This is not about who wins, Wilder or AJ. You said Takam would beat him. I want to know why Takam beats Wilder, not why AJ beats Wilder. That's the argument. Stay focused, buddy. Of course, it's taking forever, per usual. Listen, once again, he's stalling, just so you guys see it. He starts, okay, here he is. Wilder never been hit. Takam would be his best test. So, Takam hits harder than Stiverne, Johan Duhaupas, and he's smaller, smaller than all of them. Wow. He said he's never been hit by a Takam. Wow. Yeah, you're done for. That sounds horrible. Takam is 6'1.5", and I actually think Wilder would have less issue with Takam than Joshua did, because styles make fight. And once again, Wilder, styles make fights. Wilder's athletic. Wilder's not being weighed down by muscle. Joshua, in his later, okay, when Joshua, I watched Joshua attack him. When Joshua was in the early rounds, his punches looked real fluid and crispy, and I was like, damn, he's throwing some mean shit. Some of it was missing, but some of it was landing. But when it got to the second half of the fight, his offense dramatically slowed down, and he didn't look like as crispy with his punches. But again, styles make fights. Wilder is too tall for Takam, and he's not, like I said, weighed down by muscle. So I just think he would, like, how is Takam gonna get past Wilder's jab if Wilder's throwing a mean jab like he was doing? And I told you guys, watch the Chris Arreola fight. I told you he had a good jab after that fight. So how's a 6'1", 6'1.5" Takam gonna get past that? How? Y'all sound crazy. Y'all really don't know shit about boxing. Some of y'all really don't know. Listen, he has a 68% KO ratio, but against who? Who are the people he was knocking out in France? You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't knock out Alexander Povetkin. He didn't knock out AJ, and he didn't knock out Joseph Parker. Those are the best names on his resume, and he didn't knock them out. So who did he knock out? Like, okay, put it this way. Who did Carlos Takam knock out that's noteworthy? Name one person. Name a person, not that he competed and made trouble for. Name a person he knocked out. See, this is, now y'all start to piss me off because y'all say stupid shit. So who did he knock out of note? This, like I said, a lot of y'all don't know shit about boxing. Who did Takam knock out? He has a 68%. That's cool. Okay. Ivka Bakurin. He knocked that person out. He knocked out Marcin Rikowitz. Like, who are these? Like, Marcelo Luis. He knocked him out. He fought Mike Perez. It didn't knock him out. He had a draw with him. Who are Francois Botha? Didn't he fight Mike Tyson like years ago? So he was probably washed up in 2012. See? Because Klitschko knocked him out. Holyfield knocked him out. Lennox Lewis knocked him out. And Mike Tyson knocked him out. See, I know my boxing. So yeah, by the time Francois Botha, by the time that Carlos Takam knocked him out, he had already been knocked out by Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, and so forth, and Klitschko. Let's vote. Should we get him the fuck out of here? Did he do a good job of explaining how Takam would defeat Wilder? Wilder is 6'7", and he's legit, because I'm tall. I was just next to the motherfucker tonight, right? I think Takam would get bombed out. And see, like, the other thing is Takam, like, Joshua, his last two fights, has showed, like, kind of a stamina type of deal. Wilder, when has he ever lacked stamina? He went 12 with Bermane. I never seen his stamina, like... Damn, you getting these L's, man. Put your L's up if you don't think he did a good job explaining how Carlos Takam would defeat Wilder. And we could tell you lost because the conversation was Carlos Takam versus Wilder, and then you brought up Wilder versus Joshua. You said Joshua would knock him out sooner, but we were talking about Carlos Takam. One of my mods, get him up out of here. Y'all just sound... And see, listen, Takam didn't knock out Mike Perez, Joseph Parker, Joshua, or who else did he fight? Joseph Parker, Joshua, Povetkin, and Mike Perez. He didn't knock out none of them, but now he's gonna knock out Wilder. And like I said, if Wilder fought him like he fought Bermane Stiverne, I really don't see how he's gonna get past that jab. This shit is too easy, man. See, I knew someone would take the bait. Like, my thing is, don't lie. Y'all don't have to lie. If y'all do y'all really think Carlos Takam beats Wilder? Like, really? Because I want to hear. He didn't even really explain how he's gonna beat him. He just said he started bringing up Joshua beating him. Hey, how does Takam beat Wilder? Like you just said. Hey, Joshua would annihilate. We're not talking about Joshua. We're talking about Takam. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Like, I personally don't see it. I think Carlos Takam would get stopped. And I think he would get stopped easier. Styles make fight. Wilder's just too big for it. Listen. I can tell y'all, some of y'all don't even really study boxing. Joshua kind of comes to your front door. He's kind of stiff. He comes to your front door. So that creates for the little Takam, he was like kind of squirrely and shit. Wilder, I've seen him in retreat where he uses his leg, right? I've seen him come forward and he, like, you know what I mean, he can keep his distance if he wants to. So what is Takam gonna do? Like I said, Joshua, he's been fighting flat-footed. That's why Klitschko dropped him. he looked pretty flat-footed to me. So that's what created some opportunities for Takam. But if Wilder is jabbing a mean-ass hard jab, come on, man. And see, and this is why I hate. This is what I hate about the boxing fans, is because if Wilder does what they say they want him to do, like, oh, fight someone as game as Takam, and then he stretches him, then they'll say Takam was a bum, or Takam already lost to Joshua and Joseph Parker. So that's why it's not even. It's like disrespectful, because they tell you they want, oh, Wilder needs to fight Dillian White, but if Wilder were to knock out Dillian White, then they'll say, oh, Joshua already knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? And then make up excuse why Wilder still doesn't have a name on his resume. Yeah. Man, I'm out of here. I'm going to bed. Daylight savings time, people. I'll check in with y'all. Peace out. Try to get to 300 likes if y'all can. Peace out. I'm tired.